Gervonta Davis threatens Ryan Garcia over PEDs after having made claims that he thought the whole thing was suspect. And Devin Haney lobs some very, very strange allegations at Devin Haney's family. This drama keeps playing out, but it didn't play out in big pay-per-view sales. I'm going to talk about that at the very end. But let's cover all of that in this video. All right, welcome back. So we're going to talk about three things in this video. First, Gervonta Davis has something to say to Ryan Garcia. Second, Ryan Garcia makes some very, very strange allegations based off what some things that came out of Devin Haney's camp. And the third thing is that we've gotten a major player in boxing who pretty much said what a lot of people already knew, that fight with Devin and Ryan did not perform anywhere near what certain people say that it did. However, the reason that we know it, or the cause of it, was addressed by Steven Espinoza. Before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. And let me say thank you to everybody that waits through the video for me to go through all three and then leaves the comment. Video in total is going to be about 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. So appreciate you to everybody that listens to the video all the way through. And thank you to everybody that is a regular supporter to the channel. And thank you specifically to everybody that supports in the super thanks. It is a great way to support content creators. And we actually have some new super thanks people. So I'm going to thank you in the next video that I do because I did not pull it up ahead of time. However, thank you guys very much. Let's get into this. First things first. People were really harsh on Gervonta Davis because his initial reaction to this positive test that VADA publicized for Ryan Garcia was that he didn't believe it and that people were trying to protect Devin's home and trying to find a way to build him back up after he took that very, very bad loss, because he didn't just lose. He got beat up really badly. So Gervonta didn't believe it. A lot of people criticize Gervonta for saying that. And I have to tell you, I am neither here nor there about that. There is corruption in boxing for certain. And I would not limit where corruption would spread itself, where cheating and setups would spread itself to. At this point, I've matured to the point where I'm going to wait to see the thing play out. And since I don't know, I'm not a testing agent. I don't work for the commissions. I'm just going to see what happens and say, okay, hey, is Ryan going to get suspended or not? Let me know if he's suspended. Let me know if if that record gets changed. And then I'm just going to leave it up to the people whose job it is to do it. And because I already know there's a bunch of steroids in boxing. So the fact that somebody tested positive to me is just he got caught. Very well could have been 4 or 5 people on that card that were juicing. It could be 4 or 5 there. If you believe what many boxing experts have to say about the number of people using it in professional boxing or in MMA, basketball, or professional sports, you can bet your money that there may be, out of 10 people, there may be 9 people that are using it. They just don't get caught. But whatever the case is, Gervonta Davis comes back and says, look, man, sends a DM to Ryan Garcia, said, hey, man, if you were actually cheating, man, I'm going to find you. I'm going to beat you up. Right. Saying, so don't mess me over for the fact that I didn't do it. That I said I didn't believe it. And then Ryan Garcia responded and said, hey, first of all, we can run it back. Or I think he said that at the end, we can run it back. But no, I didn't do it. Right. I'm clean. Now, there has been reports that came out, a news article by Kevin Iole, of all people, who treated Ryan Garcia fairly and said, hey, this particular enhancement that was that he tested positive for, you have to take large quantities of that in order for it to for it to work. So if we're in the picogram amount, then we're talking about something as contamination, right? And if they can make a convincing case for contamination, then Ryan Garcia is going to move on with his business. He's not going to be untainted, though, which is a very unfortunate part of this whole thing. Now, Ryan Garcia, now this is point 2. Ryan Garcia said, because he's saying, look, man, this is some suspicious stuff, showed a video footage of Devin Haney's younger brother saying that he had a dream that Ryan Garcia was going to pop dirty for performance enhancements. And he suggested that is some evidence that they knew about this, or at least their camp knew about this ahead of time. I cry malarkey on that particular one because, hey, man, the man may have had a premonition. That stuff happens. It's real stuff. People will get a glimpse of what's going to happen coming forward, coming later. That is very, very well established. You get gut feelings about something bad happening. You're nervous about something, your twin sister or something like that. You're nervous about your twin sister who lives in another country all of a sudden, and you wake up in sweats and you call her and you say, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, I mean, thank you for calling me. My chest is really tight. I'm going to the doctor. Oh, okay. I knew there's something was wrong. That stuff happens. You may not believe that happens, and you may point and say, our classrooms don't tell us that can happen, but it happens enough in almost everybody's life to people that they know to be like, I wouldn't say that in and of itself for me is evidence that Devin Haney and those guys knew that ahead of time. And the younger brother would actually go out and say something like that. So I'm not going for that. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk to related to this was something that Steven Espinoza said, because, with all the juicing allegations and you got your butt whooped really badly, get dropped 5 times. That drama, everybody forgets about all the conversation about how well the fight did. Well, guess what? Steven Espinoza says, well, look, first, I don't like gossiping about people's numbers, but he was asked enough and he said, look, I would be amazed if that fight came anywhere close to Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. I would be amazed if it came anywhere near that. And also gave a little 2 cents about sometimes there are fights out there that people say they believe are fights that people want to see, because there's a lot of talk and banter about it, on the internet, Twitter, and YouTube. But you wind up doing the fight, and it really wasn't a fight that a lot of people outside those circles wanted to see. And they said that, hey, Showtime themselves had made that mistake in the past. So that very well seems to be, he's implying, the case with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. But anyway, I just wanted to cover those 3 things. We're going to do this on a live stream, so make sure you guys come by the live stream, chop it up with me. And again, thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of the videos like this, because it is how we're able to continue to do the channel. With that, I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Peace.